Hi everyone, it's Ray here from MANCITYFANTV. Just 1 month since the Premier League season finished and just before the World Cup starts, we had the new Premier League fixtures announced this morning, and what a first game we've got lined up for us Blues. I'm going to spend the next few minutes going through some of the big months that we have lined up for us, just to see whether we've got some relatively easy months, some tough months, and some of the main fixtures that you Blues want to know about. Well, let's get back to that first game. So Arsenal, first game of the season, away from home at the Emirates. I really can't see us doing what we did last season, Blues, which would be a shame, when we absolutely humiliated Arsenal in the first 35 minutes of the game, and we played some of the best football that you could ever want to see, and we just absolutely ripped them apart. It'll be very interesting to see how Unai Emery sets them up, the new guys they get in, whether they've got a little bit more steel behind them. And I think probably that is as tough a game as you want for the opening game of the season. But following that, the next 6 games, we've got all 3 of the new promoted teams, as well as Huddersfield, Newcastle and Brighton.
So let's have a better look at those fixtures. As I said, we start with an away game at Arsenal on the 11th of August. And then we have a couple of games in August against Huddersfield and Wolves. And then beginning of September, we play at home to Newcastle. And then we have what I think is a little bit silly. We have a 2-week break for the international games. It's a bit of a shame because we've just got into the season, just got 4 games going. We've got some momentum. Everybody's getting back into the football and we have this international break. After the international break, we have games against Fulham, Cardiff, Brighton, and then at the beginning of October, before the next international break, we have what looks like is going to be a very tough fixture. We struggled there last year, and that's away at Anfield at Liverpool. After the international break, the rest of October is still quite a tough month, home against Burnley and away against Spurs. Hopefully by then, Spurs will be in their new old ground, so to speak, their redeveloped White Hart Lane. And you might have heard the news today that they've apparently asked permission to the FA so that they can use Wembley for their first home game of the season, and hoping that after the international break in September, they'll be at White Hart Lane. We'll see if that actually happens, and it might be we end up in at Wembley again in October if things don't go well for Spurs. In November, you can see there we have the derby at home against United, in between what looks like quite nice games, home against Southampton and away against West Ham with Manuel Pellegrini, our old manager there. We'll see by then if he's doing well or if the Boo Boys are right after him. December, we have, just in league games, it's an absolute bumper month. We've got 7 games in December, and if you include the New Year's Day game on the 1st of January, we basically have 8 games in 32 days, and that's not including any other games in the cups or whatever that might be squeezed into December. I suppose the Carabao Cup will be squeezed in there as well. So it actually looks like a very nice month in December with lots of what would normally appear to be winnable games. One tough looking game on the 8th of December away at Chelsea, but the rest all look potentially winnable without being overconfident. And January starts with a bang with a New Year's Day game against Liverpool, followed by what also looks like 3 winnable games against Wolves, Huddersfield and Newcastle. We move into February, and it does look a tough start to February. We've got Arsenal at home and Chelsea at home, followed by Everton away and West Ham at home. So that'll be some really, I think, tough fixtures, and hopefully we'll be welcoming Manuel Pellegrini back to the Etihad on the 27th. Going into March, we have the second derby on the 16th of March, and that's mixed in between what also looks like some winnable games at Bournemouth, Watford and against Fulham. I think we have quite a nice run in April and May with a couple of tricky games, but not so bad overall. In April we have Cardiff at home and Palace away, which probably is going to be tough again, followed by Spurs at home and Burnley away. And in May we have 2 winnable games. Hopefully there won't be anything riding on it for us by then. Hopefully we'd have won the league again, retained the title. And it's a shame that we are playing away for our last game of the season, the same way we are playing away for the first game of the season. It would have been nice to have one of those games at home, but that's life, that's the way it is. That's the way the fixtures have come out.
There you have it, Blues, the Premier League fixtures for next season. Do you really think we can get 100 points? Do you think we can do even better than last year? Who do you think our biggest challengers will be? Let us know down in the comments below, and if you like the video, please tick like, and please hit the bell icon so that you get notified for future videos. See you around, Blues.